Welcome to topic 2, the product. This is about the vaccines themselves, and particularly as they contrast in their composition and their production vis-a-vis small molecule drugs that you may have been thinking about a lot in the last modules. So one of the first learning objectives here is to be able to classify vaccine components and technologies. And we've asked Michael Fleiderer from the German regulatory authority to give us an overview of these different components. So Jorgen, from his talks, there's a lot of information there, but what do you think are sort of key take-home messages?
I think it's important to know which classes of vaccines there are, like live attenuated vaccines or inactivated vaccines. It's also interesting to learn which are the different components that we can find in vaccines. And also it's interesting to learn about the different routes of administrations that are available to administer vaccines.
Okay, so in a second set of talks, and we will be addressing the next learning objective, which is to be able to outline the main characteristics of vaccine development and production. So here we're looking at the manufacturer's perspective in particular, and Linda Hanssens at GSK is going to provide us with an overview of all the challenges that manufacturers are facing. From that, what do you remember most from these presentations?
Well, there it will be interesting to learn why a company decides to start developing and producing a certain vaccine, and also how people come from, or how companies come from a candidate to bulk production vaccines. And another interesting aspect is what is specific about clinical trials for vaccines.
Okay, so there's two very interesting talks in this direction. So we have then a next learning objective, and that is that we would want you to be able to outline the elements of vaccine licensure and registration. So this is a fairly complex topic and a very important one, and it has various, I think, specifics that are a little bit different to some of the key considerations related to pediatric drug licensing. And so we have asked Manuela Mara from the European Medicines Agency to provide an overview over the licensing procedures specifically related to pediatric vaccines. What do you think are some of these specifics here?
I think it's important to understand the importance of the conditional approval for vaccines, especially in the light of epidemics. Another interesting aspect is the role of the EMA, or the function it has in relation to the WHO in providing advice for vaccines that should be distributed in third world countries.
So you're talking about the Article 58 section. That's it. That's very specific. Yeah. Okay. So here are some, I think, very interesting overview talks for you. Ready? Enjoy.